This semester, I chose video games as my topic of interest, specifically violence in games, how they affect players, and age ratings. This is very important to me because, believe it or not, I'm a gamer. Coincidentally, I also want to be a teacher. With the continuing controversy surrounding video games and children, who best to bring the facets to light than a teacher? Within the past year, a family friend, a mother of 2 boys, came to me with concerns about her oldest son. He wanted to play Grand Theft Auto 5, which some of you may know is a highly rated game, both in the popularity polls and maturity level. And this is the exact problem that so many people are facing. Here's this really popular game that my child wants to play, but it's violent. And that's bad, right? So for my working documents, I wrote a script for a parent-teacher conference with the subject being video games, questions and concerns. I delved into the facets of video games so that I could be credible enough to answer the questions of anxious or unknowing mothers and fathers, so it is no surprise that this is exactly what I intend to do. Enjoy. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for coming. I'm sure those of you here have had some sort of run-in with those addictive games all the kids have been raving about, and I'm positive that each of you have had many concerns about how those games affect your children directly. I'm here to clear up any ambiguity you might have concerning yourself, your child, and video games. So feel free to stop me with any questions and let's get the ball rolling. Many of you already know that video games are a huge source of entertainment for people of any age. Our toddlers play with apps on our phones, teenagers won't put down their consoles, and even adults have acquired massive game collections. However, did you know that video games are also educational, a great outlet for stress, and an emerging form of social media?
Social media?
Yes, sir. Just like the use of Facebook to keep track of all of our family and friends, when a child meets a new friend through a game, they can add them to their friends list on consoles and computers alike.
What if we don't have internet?
That is the exception. Without internet, your kids are incapable of linking up with other players. They can still play their games, just not cooperatively.
That's okay. I don't want my boy talking to strangers online anyway.
You have a point there, but you might want to rethink your stance on that. Co-op play, or cooperative play, is one of the key benefits to gaming. One question: do you approve of your son playing sports, like football and baseball?
Sure.
Outdoor sports put a large emphasis on teamwork, collaboration, and sportsmanship. Believe it or not, video games do the exact same thing. There's even talk of making gaming a professional sport. Think about it. When a player signs into a co-op round of, say, Call of Duty, a team is automatically put together. That team then has to decide the best course of action to complete their objective and follow through with it. The camaraderie that is built there can teach life lessons that are sometimes too difficult to recreate in a classroom. Unity, generosity, wise use of resources, things like that. Those things considered, if you still don't want your son playing with strangers online, you can always make use of parental control features to allow only pre-approved friends to play with him. You had a question?
Yes, you mentioned Call of Duty. Isn't that an M-rated game?
Yes it is. I take it you've had experience with that game?
My son was playing it at his friend's house and they wanted me to buy it. I told him no. The package says 17 plus.
That's a great observation. And while there are plenty of families that follow the age ratings faithfully, there are a lot more parents arguing that the rating system is too flawed to be trusted. Now, I'm in no way saying that you should allow your son to play the game if he's under age 17, but this is where things get complicated. Violence in video games is definitely an issue for children that are impressionable or low in maturity. However, long-lasting effects of aggression have never been tested for. And the tests that have been made are inconsistent. There are too many outside variables to account for, such as home life, peer attitudes, media exposure, etc. While there is a chance that the game could be harmful, there is also a chance of the game being beneficial. It's important that you gauge your son's maturity level first and his sense of right and wrong, then determine if Call of Duty is a game that he should be spending his free time on.
What are game ratings?
Oh my goodness, I got completely ahead of myself. Let me backtrack. Most video games have ratings. Typically, retailers won't sell unrated games, so they aren't very common. Now, these ratings are made by the ESRB, which is a board made specifically for rating games by the Entertainment Software Association. There are 7 in total: EC for early childhood, E for everyone, E10 for everyone ages 10 and up, T for teen, M for mature, an AO for adults only, and RP for rating pending. You see, they're very simple to remember and easy to spot out on a game. The letter rating is usually posted on the front, while a description of why the game has that rating is located on the back.
And the Entertainment Software Association made the rating board? Isn't that just video game companies slapping a label on the games? How reliable is that?
And that's exactly why I said so many parents were distrustful of this system. If you want alternative ratings, there are online reviews made for parents by parents on KidScore. Of course, opinions on these ratings differ from household to household, so there will never be just one truly reliable rating system. Being involved in your child's gaming habits is the best way to judge what they should be playing. Any other questions?
You said something earlier about gaming becoming an actual sport. My daughter mentioned that she was trying to enroll in some sort of local competition. Is that something that I should allow, or is it just a waste of time? I'd much rather she be outside doing something productive.
Oh wow, she has to be really good to enroll in competitions like that, and if she's not up to par, it might be a waste of time, but there are hundreds of people out there that have made a successful living off video games. Some players go to events and can win huge prizes if they win, while many stream their gameplay for others to watch. If enough people watch them play, the site will pay them to continue streaming, and this occurs more often than you think. Again, it's a gamble, but the payoff is significant. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah.
Well, if there's no more questions, no? I guess that wraps things up then. Just in case anyone has any concerns that they're forgetting for now, I'll pass out a flyer with some more useful information on the topic and how you can reach me. I'll be happy to answer any of your questions through an email or a phone call. Have a great rest of your day.